Alright, so this video is going to be on a little more serious note. It's going to be a video on how to make homemade pierogies. I've already made the dough. I'll explain how to make that. All it was 2 cups of the same flour that I'm using now, cheapest stuff I could find. A teaspoon of salt, an egg, half a cup of sour cream, and a half a stick of butter. That's all it is. Just keep kneading that until it forms a dough, and then I'll put my dough in the fridge for about an hour. Now I'm just gonna roll this out and make my pierogi pockets out of it. Might have to add a little flour there. I want to roll it out about 1/8 of an inch thick to make my pierogi pockets. And I'm just going to use an empty can. Actually, I'll just use this. This is a thing from my magic bullet. That's perfect. Roll that out a little more, actually. That'd be perfect for making these. This first one might be a little messed up, but oh well. All we're doing basically is making a dumpling here out of these. Put it in the flour, flip it a couple times. There. Take a little spoonful of the filling, which is just mashed potato mix, a pound of bacon fried up and drained, and patted dry on a paper towel, onion sauteed the same way, sauteed in butter, leave the butter on there, and cheese. And a little bit less than that, put about, I'll go with the whole thing. See how that works. A little bit of this flour, sprinkle it on there, it ain't gonna hurt it, to make it a little bit less tacky. And roll this out a little bit to put over the top here. This one came out a little bit sloppy, but I'm gonna make it work. What you do is you pinch it, take a fork, you get the edge there. This is not perfect. My first time making pierogies. But I'm not too worried about it, because it's going to be fine. Now you boil these until they float. So I'm going to make a bunch of these, boil them till they float, and I'll come back and I'll finish this video with the rest of it. And you'll want to boil them just until they start to float like that. Don't keep boiling them beyond that. What they're doing right now, as soon as they all come to the top, I'll put the spoon in there and get the fourth one to the top. As soon as they are all at the top, now is when you want to take them out. Not like that. I did those a little bit too long. Now is when you want to take those out. Now this is what they look like cooking. I was going to go ahead and saute some onions, but I'll wait till these are done so I have more room in the pan. Now the recipe I went with said to keep the dough at 1/8 of an inch thick. I cooked one and I cut it open here. It doesn't taste too bad. It tastes pretty good, but you can still taste the flour a little bit in it. So in my opinion, I tried a piece of another one that I had made the dough a little bit thinner. I would definitely go thinner than 1/8 of an inch on the dough if you can help it. I also don't know about boiling them. The recipe I went with said to boil them as do most recipes for pierogies, but I don't know. I mean, if you look at the box pierogies like Mrs. T's, they do kind of look boiled, but they're also frozen, so it's kind of hard to tell. Anyhow, I'm going to finish eating this